Hey guys, Blonde Assassin or Toxicazer here, and today I haven't really done any of these before, but we're going to be doing an Astromon Spotlight video. Uh, as per the request of some other people, I personally did not see the great merits in this, but since people have requested it, I'm more than happy to do it. Today we're going to be doing it on my Wood Arthur, so I guess before we go any further, we're going to go over his skills and stuff. His 3-star skill is attacks greatly restore own HP in proportion to the amount of damage dealt. And what this means is however much damage he does, he actually heals that much HP. Really, really useful, especially since he's an attacker type. And the second skill is grants a 60% chance to stun the enemy for 2 turns, which can be useful in a lot of scenarios, such as PvP, even Tower of Chaos, a bunch. It's overall a pretty useful skill, mostly for PvP, but still. His leader skill is extra HP only in dungeons, so it doesn't work in like PvP or anything like that, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's whatever. Anyways, we're going to go on to my gem setup for him. I personally run attack, and defense on the Valor set. I run attack, defense because obviously I want to give him some more attack. Actually, wait a minute, do I? That could be a good gem. I run defense. I run attack, defense because because he's a self-healer, the defense will be a lot better on him. Just solely due to the fact that that he's healing all the time, and it'll be harder to take away HP with defense. I know it's not as much effective HP, but I believe that with an Evo 3 Arthur isn't really going to get bursted anyways. Like honestly, like he's pretty damn tanky. And there is something else that I have actually, that's just kind of special, probably unique to this Astromon Spotlight, but as some of you guys probably know, I do actually have, let's go over here, I do have 2 Evo 1 Arthurs that are wood as well, so we can kind of compare with these ones as well, just based on gem shape. And I don't know how exactly I want to do this, but I'll probably be, I'm kind of just winging this at this point, but let's just see, what's it called? How well he does in certain aspects of this game. Alright, so let's start off with, first off, we are going to go on to this stage, because it's neutral, there's neutral element, and there's an elemental advantage. We're going to try with Arthur lead, so there's no attack bonus. And let's just compare it to something along the line. Let's compare it to another attacker. Let's compare it to Indra's on attack HP defense. I don't know about that one. Let's compare it to something like Fire Succubus, maybe. No, Fire Succubus is crit base. What do I want to compare it to? Let's compare it to like a Wood Banshee, I guess. Wood Banshee, I have mine on crit base, but let's just try this out. Let's go. Alright, so as you guys can see, we're going to start off real quick. Are these monsters like, these monsters like level, what level are they? 38? Let's try it on a elemental advantage first. Alright, let's see. It goes 14k, 15k, 15k, 14k. Alright, so that's like a solid, oh shit, I could have just checked the HP bar on him and saw how much he healed for, but that's like 29k times 2, it's like 60k damage almost against level 38 slime. That's pretty damn good, and if I do say so myself. Let's see how much the Banshee does to a neutral element. So our Banshee on a crit does 31k. Now, it is worth noting that I did get a crit on Arthur. He doesn't have that much crit rate. I think it's like 40%, so let's see if we can get a non-crit. Alright, awesome. 8, 7, 8, 7. That's like 30k, so that's as much as our Banshee does when she crits with a Ruin set, which is pretty good, actually. And here we can see again. Okay, see, that time the Banshee didn't even crit. But yeah, so Arthur has a lot more consistent damage, especially without the crit. My Arthur doesn't have a square, so I can't do crit even if I wanted to. But let's try without a crit here. Oh, there we go. Look, as you can see, it does 59,000. Oh, it only heals for 19,000. You see, I think one thing to note is like, even though like I do know like almost 100% that he heals for the amount of damage he does. The only problem with that is that when the monster actually runs out of health, like for example, like watch here. Oh, that time it healed for like 29k. But if you do more damage than the monster's full HP bar, then it actually won't heal you for as much. And that's, I believe, only if you one-shot the monster. I think it's fine if, like, in PvP, if you just get the last hit, I think it'll still heal for, like, the full health. But it's just something that's worth noting, I think, just to, like, fix a little bit. Because that seems like it's not supposed to function that way, which is a little bit weird. But, I mean, it doesn't affect it that much, and you're not really going to be one-shotting that much stuff. Anyway, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we see that compared to like my Banshee, which has a obviously crit rate, which is proven to do more damage, it does do quite a bit of damage. Now, one thing to note is that Arthur actually has 4 hits because it's Evo 3. But if we go back in and we just let's try putting in these couple Arthurs. Let's just go in with a bunch of Arthurs. Why not? These Arthurs, I believe, only have 2 hits. Oh, look at that, a Pinolo. Pinolo. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't really need it, but, you know, why not? 1, 2. Hey, we got it. Max capture rate is awesome. Okay. Look, this only has 2 hits. That did 17k actually, not bad. Okay, well, I don't know why this thing keeps critting, but I kind of want to do its damage without crits. So that one's like 10k. I think one of them is gemmed like attack, HP, defense, and one of them is gemmed attack, defense, like my Evo 3 Arthur. Let's go ahead and look. Yep, that healed for 29k, but you saw it barely killed. So that's one thing that's a little bit worth noting. We're just gonna finish off this with this story mode stage. Look at this. We can see that the Evo 1 Arthur probably isn't gonna be good at all with a Pugilist set. If I'm saying that right, Pugilist set, because of it only has 2 hits. But Evo 3 Arthur could be decent, I guess, because I haven't gotten his active yet, obviously. But his active hits like 5 or 6 times or something like along the lines of that. So it would be pretty good, especially since it like double up the stuns. Anyways, as you guys can see, it's doing quite a bit of damage, especially to like elements against it, which is why it's good mostly, because if you can actually fight against, say, like water Persephones in arena and stuff, it becomes really good because it'll heal a lot of HP, and there's nothing that the enemy team can really do to kill it, because unless they bring a bunch of fire monsters and stuff, I mean, obviously, or they just bring a bunch of nukers, and Evo 3 Arthur is going to be really hard to kill. Let me actually like go back to his stats and stuff so you guys can see really quickly. Because if you guys see right here, look, it has like 36k, 36,000, 37,000 even HP and 4k defense. That's quite a bit. To compare that to a Nike, Nike has like 9,000. Okay, 9,000 defense, but it only has 40,000 HP. So like that's not bad whatsoever. Like 4,000 defense, because you have to remember that defense, it scales exponentially. So like after 4,000, it actually stops being like very, very worth to even build defense. I think there's even a thread on Reddit right now about when is there too much defense. And that's something important to note, because this Arthur is actually very, very tanky. Watch, we can go into, let's actually go into, no, there's not really there's no high level fire dungeons. But actually, let's try it. Let's just try this. B6 is fire. We'll just go in like this. We're going to just see like how tanky this Arthur is. Now, obviously, these things aren't going to be like high levels. What are they? Like level like 40s maybe? They're level 45, but let's just see this. Looks, my Arthur even does like 15k. Does 15k without that, but then watch. Oh, attack and defense down. So like 4 level 45s attacking. Let's put that as like, yeah, 4 level 45s attacking. That's doing like 4 level 45s with elemental advantage. We can probably chop that up to like a couple level 50s. That like half healths it. And assuming that they didn't get an attack and a defense down, like that's quite a bit. Like, look, I don't, even with the attack down, I can still almost heal the full health against that. And see, like, I feel like, well, people like kind of say like, oh, it's easy to burst down a Wood Arthur, and I'm mainly talking about for PvP, because obviously like I like PvP a lot more than I like PvE content. Wood Arthur isn't going to be that useful for PvE content, but like people could say like it's super easy to burst him down and stuff, but in reality, it's really not that easy. Like, watch here, let's go into this battle really quickly. Let's just use I don't know. Let's use a bunch of. We're gonna use a bunch of fire Astromon, and then my Wood Arthur. Let's just go like 1, 2, 3, and Wood Arthur. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna show you guys that a fire Odin and a fire Arthur attacking my guy at once. And I use the fire monsters to tank the all these guys. Yada yada yada. Oh, also I can show you guys how much he heals for. Oh shoot, that killed. Alright, that's a tank though. That's fine. Look at this. Look, that's a level 60 Fire Arthur and a level 50 Fire Odin. They did absolutely nothing. And maybe the Arthur's on attack HP defense, which could be the case, but we'll even watch this. This Nightmare is definitely a defender. It's definitely like full tank. Watch this. I heal for 24,000 HP. If you don't remember, that's over half my max HP. Over half. That's ridiculous. And that's a defender. Imagine against a tank. Imagine against like a water Persephone. I'll heal for easily my full HP every single turn. Look at that. That's a Wood Shiva, which is definitely full attack, and a Fire Arthur and a Fire Odin. Like, look at this. Boom. Back to full 50,000 HP. That's more than my max HP. Again, and that's against a level 60 tanky Astromon. Granted, this guy might not have the best gems, but like it's just ridiculous to see like how much you can actually heal on offense. And I really don't like it when people say like it's so easy to burst the Wood Arthur and stuff, because especially if you have him on as your hidden monster, they're not going to be able to burst him that easy. And if you're bringing any water monsters, and I know a lot of people like to bring water Persephones on offense, then he's just going to heal off your water Persephone for full health, and it's kind of just like ridiculous in my opinion. Look at that. Here, we'll try. I'll show you guys. Let me see if I can find a water purse. If there's a water purse on my list, then I'll battle it really quickly. But look, there's a level 51. I don't know if I want to battle level 51. Alright, let's battle level 51. This guy's all fire mons too, so that's good. Alright, let's see how this goes. So this guy's R level 50. So obviously it's not going to be as healing, and probably doesn't have good gems since it is only level 50. Let's just try this out. Ready? Boom. Oh, well, I one-shot it. So, okay. But you saw it hit crit 13, 14, 14, 13. You know how much that would have healed for? That would have healed like twice my max HP. Twice my max HP, pretty much. Like, I know that people say that it's super easy to, like, again, going back to the point, like, people say it's, like, really easy to kill Wood Arthur. If you have him as your hidden and they don't know that you're using him, then they won't bring that many fire monsters to begin with, right? Because, like, for example, my setup is I'm going to... Here, let me show you guys my ideal set. This is going to be my ideal PvP defense. I'm just going to... Oh, wait, this is mine right now, the salt-inducing one. This is my ideal PvP defense. Let's show you. Boom. Where is it? Boom. 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 And boom. That's my PvP. That's what my PvP defense is going to be. Now, I'll explain that. I'll explain why, like, in another video or something. But as you can see, like, there's no way they're going to bring a bunch of fire monsters into this. There's no way they're going to bring a bunch of fire monsters into this defense. Then they're going to bring mostly water monsters, and my Wood Arthur is just going to get free reign. Like, so if they don't know and you have your Wood Monster and you have your Wood Arthur is hidden, it's super helpful, because your Wood Arthur isn't going to die that quickly unless they take a full turn with all 4 of their like offensive based monsters to focus down the Wood Arthur. Then sure, they can kill it, but then all my monsters get a free. Then all the rest of my monsters get a free turn on them, which, like, if you know anything about PvP, bursting down one monster, yes, it can be useful, but not if there's still other threats on the board. You want to try to, like, I mean, sure, bursting a monster can be helpful, but it's not the most ideal way to PvP. To be honest, like, anyways. Unfortunately, I have used on my clan battles, so I can't really speak to how he does in clans, although he's okay in clans. He's not great. That's mostly due to his 5-star not being really that useful, especially in Titan battles. For story mode farming, he's really not that great. He doesn't really have anything that makes him special. In dungeons, he's very good, especially with a variant lead. He is used on my B7 team. He does quite a bit of damage, can self-sustain. Very good monster overall. Even in Evo 1 and Evo 2 form. Although, if we're talking about Evo 1 and Evo 2 forms, it does make him a lot more susceptible in PvP, since he is more easily bursted. So I'd say only Evo 3 is really viable on PvP defense, to be honest. Like, in Evo 2 will be kind of like iffy. But yeah, that about covers it. I do like my Arthur build. I am looking to kind of just, like, not change the type of gems that I have, but, like, just make sure they're higher quality. Like, for example, this one is pretty bad. This one's okay, but it's not really good at all. This one's actually pretty good. I like this one. It's decent enough. 20 resist, 12 crit rate, fine. But he does good enough, honestly. He's pretty... I'm really liking my Wood Arthur. He's he's a great monster. I highly recommend. I know there's a lot of Arthurs out there. People are saying like Fire Arthur is good, Water Arthur is good, and Wood Arthur is kind of like meh. And while that's fair enough, I do think that Wood Arthur has its place, and it's not a bad monster by any means. It's still probably one of the upper echelons of monsters. And yeah, I guess that's my spotlight. I don't really know. I didn't really know what else to do for this. I just kind of wanted to like show off his damages and like how he fares and stuff. If you guys have any suggestions for number one, if you want me to do more of these, comment below like what monster you want to see and like what you want to see about the monsters necessarily, because that's, I mean, I didn't know what to do besides just showing off what I use them for and stuff like that. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.